Hello everyone. Today I'll be working on the metal pieces, which is mainly the vest, and I'll try to work on this cap as well. Oh, first time in the stream. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today I'll be working on the metal pieces, which is mainly the vest. I think you guys can hear me. I think there was an echo. Did you guys hear me twice? I think yes. Just give me a few minutes to figure this out. Hmm. I think I did figure it out. Yes. I don't know how that happened. All right. I think it's all good now. Let's get to working. So for today's stream, my goal is to cover basically these three black pieces along with this in the middle. So I mainly have references of armor because I could not find references that matched closely to this type of military vest thing. It was quite hard to find, but let's see. So I haven't committed to the subdivisions yet. It is still in dynamic. Hello. Hello, Mubashir. So before I get started on the vest, I will just take the heaviest pieces and get them to the lowest subdivision because otherwise it's gonna lag my whole entire file, even though my poly count is not that much. Okay, let's commit to the subdivisions. Hello, Vishal. Okay, so for the time being, while I'm working on these pieces, I will just turn off the poly paint. It'll be easier to see that way. I'll just make a layer. This should be enough, but I'm not sure. Give it a go. Do you have rivets welded to the shape? Um, they are different pieces. They're not welded as such. I can show you if I can. These are separate geometry. They're not part of that piece. But I just have them in one single subtool because that's easier for me to handle. think we need one more subdivision. This should be enough. Yep. Before you start using any brush like this, you should always go to modify, alpha, modify and surface. That way your geometry would not get deformed. I'll just fix the intensity. Mm. Let me look at a few references a bit closely. So I need mm, this one should work. No, I think for the base layer, we can call this. Let's name our layers as we go. This is not it. Brush is not changing for some reason. Yes, here it is. I'm sorry, I go a lot of back and forth with this because got to mask these. This is basically the base layer. I'm just trying to get a bit of noise in, and I'm working symmetry, but I will break it in the end. Right now it's just easier for me to handle this piece in symmetry. Mm. Somehow my music stopped. Um, just let me know if the music is too much, or if you guys don't like the music, and I can just turn it off. हेलो उत्सव, कितना टाइम लगा है उसको बनाने में? Um, if I worked on this daily for like 8 hours straight, I think it would be easily done within 3 months. But I have a full-time job, and the most that I can give this is like 1 to 2 hours every day. That too on a good day, so it is taking me a lot longer than I expected it, but what can we do? For some brushes, the intensity is too much. For some, it is so less. I don't know why. 1 year maybe. Um, I don't think it would take me 1 year. I also want to learn character, how to start. I would say start by learning ZBrush, get familiar with it, and there's loads of content on YouTube that you can refer to. But first, yes, get familiar with ZBrush. I don't want to work too zoomed in. That way you get lost in all the details, but I have to take into account how it looks from afar because I don't think anyone will be zooming that much into my character. Pixel Daily is a good artist. I don't know about him. I think it's doable in 1 to 1 if you are fully committed to it. Yes, if you're experienced in the whole pipeline, you don't have any doubts, easily you can do it in 1 or 2 months. But yes, a full-time job is kind of taxing. So this brush is not working how I want it to. Somehow it's just not giving me the detail that I need. Maybe I just need to change the brush. How you get motivated to start live streaming? Um, Actually, I've been thinking about streaming my art, I think since last year. I really wanted to do it, but I'm not uh, very accustomed to it still. It is kind of hard for me to do, but I try and give my best. But basically, the main motivation was I wanted to showcase my art. So yes, I'm not worrying too much about if the surface details are too noisy looking. You can always morph target it out, but right now I'm just adding what could look good. Is it hard to land a character artist job? Um, it's not. I mean, you do need minimum one character in your portfolio. So, in terms of getting the job, I don't think that's the hardest part. The hardest part is building your portfolio. So, yes, that is kind of a deterrent to a lot of people because it does take a lot of work, a lot of studying, and I don't know why companies expect people to have that kind of knowledge even as freshers, but that is how the industry works. So, yes, for freshers, you should have a good portfolio piece. I'm just trying to give it a battered look, like someone took a hammer and beat it. Hello, Sahan. So let's make another layer because I'm not too sure about this brush. Yes, it is kind of crazy. Okay, even with one intensity, it is that crazy. Hmm. So this is definitely not working. I am enrolled in a character art mentorship, just wondering what upcoming years are having for me. That's actually really nice. Mentorships really speed up your learning curve, I would say. you're not really confused about what to do, what could go wrong. So that's a nice step. Do you have any info how AI models are affecting studio workflows? I have not worked in a studio, but from what I've heard from other people, companies are really trying to get AI into their workflows, but I'm not sure how far we are from that actually happening, or is it already happened? But yes, hey, this is doing something. All right, if I make a new layer, the base layer is gone for some reason. So before I made this layer, it was right around here. Okay, so I think I need to cancel the mask and then make a new layer, otherwise the layers are getting kind of affected by that. Let's see if that works. Why is this happening? This is kind of new for me. I haven't. It is happening. A few of the projects in your company, AI is being used. Okay. Hmm. Yes, I've heard about that. That in the end, they need that uh, basically manual work anyway. Once model is finished, will you sell it in Fab or Marketplace? I haven't really thought about that possibility. When I started this character, I what I really had in mind was just to make a portfolio piece. That's it. Hmm. This is new. Okay, I don't know why this is happening. I do it now. The base layer is gone for some reason. So I think the trick is to never switch off the layers. I'll just make a duplicate of this to try something. I have no clue how this is happening. Layers are not really buggy, but layer, this is so weird. Okay, see the lower layer is gone. How am I able to work if I have no layer in recording mode? Hmm. Okay, I think that was a polypaint issue. Polypaint sometimes really messes up with the layers. So I just have to keep in mind that anytime I make a layer, I switch on the poly paint because that's what I did in the first layer. I don't know why this happens. I'm just mapping out a few things just to get an idea. I can see how it would look. All right. Well, what we can do is we can switch off this layer, make another one. Oh, hey, nice to have you back. I'm sorry I couldn't stream for literally a week. I really wanted to, but just the time wouldn't allow me. I want to take an hard alpha really. Okay. Obviously, these scratches wouldn't be just everywhere. I'm just trying to figure out where they will be. Always keep looking at references and zooming out. Don't get lost in all the detail. Oh, and I forgot to do back face masking. Oh god. Hmm. Let's see if we can fix that. The first layer is not working. Okay. I'm not gonna go back and do all of that again, so it is what it is. Autosave. References for this character were so hard to find. I could find a few cosplays, maybe a few marketplace things, but really it was most of the time I had to look up like tactical gear stuff. So I do want to break up the surface, but not so much that it takes attention away from the character as a whole. I still want the attention to be on her face. So if I give too much, maybe too much happening over here, it would take away the attention. I just removed a bunch of detail. See, if I hadn't done that, it would be too noisy. Right. Mm. Add some more surface deformation. This brush is not working the way it is supposed to, and it is pissing me off. When did you review your portfolio? Um, Review as in updating my portfolio? Sorry, I didn't. get what you're saying. If you're asking about when I updated my portfolio, it was last year. I have a friend who wants to learn. Do you offer mentorship? Oh, I'm a student myself. I don't think I can teach anyone at this point. But I can refer you to a really good mentor. It's the mentor that I am studying under currently. It's Zombie Art School, uh, which is under Ankit Garg. So yes, if you are really looking to attend a character art mentorship, then that's who I would suggest. For some reason, I don't think the intensity slider is literally working because this is 1 and this is 100. It's the same. Many YouTubers review subscribers' portfolio. He is asking about that. Oh, he said, did you review your portfolio? So I thought he was asking about mine. I'm just a student still. Um, I don't think I'm in a position to review others' portfolio. It would I don't know. I don't think I can do that. I'm just using DAM standard right now. I think your Hindi is bad. Oh, why would you think that? No, it is completely fine. I just um we meet yesterday. Oh, yes, I remember. Pratik, right? What do you think about what? Are you guys talking amongst yourselves? Or am I just not in the conversation? Are you doing that in layer? Yes. Always work in layers. I do not want to give a detail that I don't like and then I'm just stuck with it. That's just not happening. So right now I'm just giving some bigger dents. Remember me. Oh, we just met yesterday, so yes, I would. No way you studied in CU. Oh my God. Who leaked that information? You're doing great. Thank you. Were you in A2? Oh my God. Someone is leaking my information. You know my block. Which block I was in? That's crazy. I'm just breaking up the edges so that so when the light hits it, it would reflect it in a really nice manner. I think this one I did too much, but I don't want to overdo it because in the end it is a flat piece. You can also use the trim dynamic for this or the polish brush for this to get like cleaner edges, but I'm kind of going for that mm, imperfection. 2022 batch. Oh, so you were my junior. I was in 21 batch. You haven't seen me because I did not go to college a lot. I just noticed you have a ton of shortcuts on your screen. Yes, I really like to work in a UI that literally has everything that I want on the screen. I do not like going inside these buttons and then clicking another button to get to a button that I want. So, yes, everything that I use is over here. I am not liking this piece in the middle, so I'll just. Oh, I already have a move target, so let's see what it is. Okay, so that's useless. Hello. Hello, Karthik. I guess that's better. It was getting too much. I do want to add some bigger scratches. I'm not sure. Great seeing our people trying YouTube stuff. Yes, thank you. But I think I'll come back to this space to add uh, some bigger scratches. Let me just try it for a minute. I cannot sleep at night if I know there is something that I could have done. For for these slashes, and you could also use the slash brush claw marks. Hmm. I'm not sure if there is a character in Valorant who has claws, which would give the claw damage, or maybe yes. I think Sky has a dog, right? So yes, that does make sense. And before I give any more detail, I'll just like to give it a metal shader so I can really see how it would reflect light. Where is my metal? This is not it. Bullet hits if you're going for game lore arc. Yes, I've actually thought about that. That's a fair point. I think I'm just good with the startup material. I will try to add a few bullet holes. I think they are shooting bullets, but with skin guns. Don't know. Hmm. I think it's a fair point to add bullet holes, but I don't want them to be too visible because then it would break the look. Right now, all this detail that you're seeing, this wasn't present in the concept art. It was just a plain piece of, what do you say, a metal vest. You play Valo, any other games? I used to play Valo. I don't play it anymore. Any other games? I don't know. Since I started character art, I just haven't played a lot of games. Games is what brought me to character art, and now that I am making those characters, I don't play any games anymore. How ironic. Yes, so I was going to try some slash brushes. Slash. Yes. You're not just an artist, you're magic in motion. I'm not sure what that means, but it sounded nice. So thank you. I hope our faculty had some motion too. Keep zooming out. Don't forget the big picture. All right. I think we'll come back to this piece a little while later. I want to move to these pieces right now. Okay. One last question. How did you uneven the surface? Did you do brush strokes or alpha? I can show you. I'm just going to do the same process on this piece so you can see it from the beginning. I also play Valo. Do you want to join sometime? Um, I don't play the game anymore, but uh, it could be a nice change to play it. I actually hate um polypaint. Polypaint and layers do not interact nicely. I'm just not sure what's making. For some reason, it just keeps. It's fine. I'll just give the polypaint again later. I'm just trying to even the surface. Okay. So somehow it retains the poly paint after I switch off the layer, which is wow. I think I will need 5 subdivisions for the level of detail that I'm going for. Edges are clean. Um, Not necessarily. I think when edges are hit with blunt force, they do have a little bumpiness in them as well. Oh, I have to bake this. Okay, let's start it from the beginning. You should play Valo. It's best game in the world. Um, I I played a lot of Valo actually, so I did used to like that game, but I think I just grew out of it. So to create that bumpy surface that you were talking about, I will take this brush. Okay, all right. Which one was it? I think yes, it was this one. Well, it was good, but not that good. Yeah, I mean, it was my first multiplayer game, so I do have some nice memories with it. Keep changing the brush if you don't like uh, autosave. Same brush. Yes, I was looking for this one. So you can basically hammer the surface in some sense. I think this would have a lot of indentation because it's literally her chest piece, so I think she would take a lot of damage over here. Who inspires you in 3D and who are you following or admiring right now? Um, all right. So an artist who inspires me in 3D, it would have to be Ian Springs, or I just forgot his last name, but his first name is Ian. He really creates realistic portraits, like the type of realism that you would think that it's a photograph. I was so amazed by his work. I really wanted to get in realism as well, but I quickly found out that it was not for me, but I still loved what he did. Um, and I think there was this another artist that I really admired. It was Chris Costa. There was this famous course of his on I don't remember the name, but it was basically a really old man I absolutely love that course. I think I watched it twice. And am I following or admiring anyone right now? Um, as of right now, um, I think the same artist that I've been following all these years. Hadi Karimi is also a really great one. I love his work, and he has some awesome tutorials on his YouTube. Hello, Science Briggs. Yep, that's the name. For some reason, my brushes really mess up sometimes, but yes. Do you know about Rafa Souza? I think I have heard his name. Let me check. Oh, yes, he has some great tutorials on his YouTube. I think I watched a few. What is your country? India. I'm from India and I live in India. Um, I don't like when my brushes mess up. Where is the scratch brush gone? Not this one. I think I messed a few settings with of the brush and now it's just not working how it was supposed to. Oh, there we go. We have it again. Do you have any live sessions on Discord or any type of mentorship? I'm a student myself. I don't think I have the qualifications to mentor anyone. I am currently doing a mentorship as well, so I could send you in his direction if you'd like. But yes, I do work on Discord all the time, so you can join, and a lot of people just sit in there and work together. Maybe ask any doubts if you have. If you don't mind, can I ask your full name? Oh, it's Avni Sahu. Oh, where? Zombie Art School. You could just search that up. I forgot the back face mask again. Typical, typical. Oh God. And even this wasn't on. So I'll just delete this layer and do this over again. So it does not reflect at the back. I thought Avni is short name. Oh no, that's really it. but I have heard from people that they think my name is short. I have been studying under Savage Bruno camera, but it's costly. 30K per month is something I can't afford right now. I'm also doing college. Will Zombie provide any type of internship? Uh, do you mean the studio? The Little Red Zombies studio or the mentorship? They do not have any internships as far as I'm aware, but you could reach out to them. Always the back face. Yes, the mentorship. Um, I don't think they do, but you should reach out to them. Maybe you guys can come up with something. By the way, do you guys watch Invincible, the series, the animated series? I need to start naming my layers. Oh, I am actually working on a fan art of Invincible right now. Don't have time. Yes, well, if you do not consume any art related media, then I don't think I can live with that. But you have still to comment. Invincible looks really badass. Yes, he does. I just I just love the whole series. Though the fan art that I'm making of Invincible is not in 3D. As some of you might know, I also do 3D artwork. Sorry, 2D artwork. So yes, I am making a portrait of him in 2D digitally. You have PM. Do you mean good night? Oh, bedtime. Yeah, thanks for joining. Good night. Actually, I used to make a lot of fan art back in, uh, even in college and in school as well. I was just the fan art girl, you can say. Always coming out with new fan art. Is studio work part of your studies or just your passion? Um, it's just, you could say it is my passion. I don't pursue it professionally. Though in the beginning I wanted to, but I just fell in love with 3D, so that went aside. But I still do love 2D. I have been doing traditional drawings, sketches, all that stuff since I was a kid, you can say. Um, Drawing is what got me to this point, so yes, it is something I would not like to, uh, you could say, lose the ability to. So I keep my skills strong in that aspect still. Anytime I make a big change like this, which is really breaking the silhouette, you can see it's not the silhouette, I mean, how the light would get reflected. I do want to make sure that it is actually serving a purpose and not doing a disservice to the model. Oh, hi, Sarvanan. Lack of control Z shortcut. Yeah, that's a classic. I've seen that when digital artists try traditional art, they suffer a bit because they cannot find the control Z option. But for me, I had no problem. You could say that it was like I could work even if there was no control Z. I have been doing that. I'll just take the slash brush. Yeah, that's the beauty of traditional drawing. You make mistakes and grow from it. Absolutely. You have no idea how many paper pages I have crumpled up just so I can start over. At this point, I will turn off this symmetry to add details because it is looking kind of very symmetrical right now. Refine your skill like driving a vehicle. Yep. How much hours you give to ZBrush daily? Um, at least 1 hour or 30 minutes if I'm being realistic. Most of the time, by the end of the day, I am super exhausted by my job. Uh, there are days when I don't work at all, I would be honest. And yep, so it's not, um, I'm not really consistent in giving time for my character, I would say. But yes, on the days that I do stream, I give at least 4 to 5 hours because I work off the stream as well, right before I start the stream, so I can have an idea what I'm working on. Difficult in start, but day by day improvements. That's true. Let the autosave happen. I'm making sure I'm not adding the same details on both sides. Some sharp edges so they can catch the light nicely. Don't have a shortcut for the clay brush. That's why I have to go in again and again to get that brush. It is kind of annoying, but I don't use it that often, so it's fine. Giving detail in a place that won't be even visible. Classic. I think I've battered the edges too much. It's okay, I can remove it since we are working on a layer. Always zooming out. I think I am happy with how it is looking as of right now. I do want to go over and do like a final pass, but right now what I think is this piece needs attention. Here was the reference. Do you mean the concept art? Have you ever tried Blender? Do you use it anywhere in your pipeline? I have never tried Blender and I haven't really used it in my pipeline. Everything is mirrored. Yes, the pieces are mirrored, but I did break the symmetry in the end when I added those final touches. But I think up till layer 3 I was working in symmetry to save time because it's not that much visible, only the big scratches are, so that's where I break the symmetry. You're pure bored. Hmm. For that, I'll have to stream my whole screen. I am not sure if I should do that. I'm just seeing the changes I made. Definitely reads a lot better. We'll have to bake it to work on it. For some reason, when I streamed the last time, my PC was lagging like crazy and ZBrush was slow as well. But right now, the poly count is higher than what it was last time. I think it was 70 million polygons last time, and now it is more than that, and it's just fine. It is working smooth, which is, I don't know how that happened. Back face mask and surface. You're streaming in OBS. Yes, yes, I am using OBS for streaming. — 17 million. Oh, I did not say 17. I said 70. 70. And right now it is at 80. 80 million. Maybe OBS, probably. What is your full-time job? I make clothing for game characters. That's my job. Are you doing it for fun or you do job as character artist? I'm thinking you mean. Um, I definitely started this because it was fun to do, but right now I am doing it as a job, so I guess that got converted. LRZ, no, I do not work in LRZ. I'm going to faint. Well, it hooked her and now she's doing it as a job. Story of artist life. Yep. Why not commercialize what you're good at? What made you start streaming? I, I, you could say I really wanted to show my art to everyone. I've had an art account since I was 13 years old. I used to post my fan art, my drawings and all. So I've been doing the showcasing of my art for a long time. I just wanted to take it to the next level, you could say. Brushes are just not working the way that I want them to. It's really, this brush is buggy, I think. Have you done any 3D course before mentorship? Oh, I did a whole degree, 3 years degree. I would not suggest that to anyone, but yes, I did a whole 3 year degree in BSc animation, VFX, and gaming. So you could say I know a lot about everything, but at the same time, not enough. Personal visibility is everything these days. Yep. I think younger me figured it out faster than I do right now because I've been planning to stream since last year and this year I just decided it has to be done. I'm sorry guys, I may be going a bit slow. I'm just I get a bit distracted while talking. Most of yous do the same except for game design. You mean game design in as the part of my degree? Um, oh my god, what was that brush? I did not do a lot of game designing. It just didn't really interest me. Every brush is literally the same. How is that even possible? I think this is a bug. Pursuing a degree in this field is a scam, but doing mentorship is the best part. Oh yes, I agree 100%. 100%. I just imagine what I could have done in those 3 years. It's, I think I'd be way uh, ahead of myself right now had I given those 3 years into actual work. instead of attending lectures every day. This is pissing me off right now. Why wouldn't this work? They look like pores for some reason. It does not look like metal surface. They look like pores. I had been using, I think, this one, but it's just not working the same as it was. Don't want to add too much noise. I love your art, by the way. Thank you. Maybe the alpha is different. I have no clue. I select a different brush every time. It works the same. But if I pick it up from here, it's a different brush. I think what could be an issue is my intensity might be too low for those brushes to even work. That might be it. You're trying to use hammered noise, right? Yes. I just, it's one of these brushes, I am sure, but what is this? For some reason, it's just not working the way it's supposed to. Let's pick up a dent from over here. Guidance is very important. Really, it is. So basically, an art degree is worthless, you think. I never had one, and I have a little FOMO about that. Oh, there is no reason for you to feel like you're missing out on anything. Um, in my experience, and a lot of others as well, it's just not worth it. You could be doing a lot with your time. You don't need an art degree to be an artist. That's the main thing that I would say. Check in with Patrick. He might have said how to fix it in the server. Oh, he has. So I'm assuming this is a common issue. Just do it after this stream. Otherwise, this stream will get a bit too long. Unless it's for fine arts. For fine art, it contains weight. Yep. I've seen fine art students really learning actually, but I did want to do like a fine arts degree. I did not know anything about CGI graphics, anything like that before, so I did plan on getting a fine arts degree. Yep, indeed. I wasted 3 years, almost 4K USD on a degree. And if I had that money now, I would have done a lot of mentorship. Yep, exactly what I'm saying. So much semester fees and so little knowledge, it is just not worth it. I think, can they sue me for saying this stuff? They can't, right? What the portraits per module? Oh, god damn. But even when I was teaching myself how to draw, because there was really no one to teach me that, I think I was doing around 20 drawings a day when I first got really serious about learning 2D. I'll just morph target this out. I don't think scratches can go that deep. Letting the autosave happen. College, I ended up doing 3 books worth of portrait and anatomy study. Oh, damn, you never told me about that. I'd like to see all of that stuff. What about others in your group? Do they want to be 3D artists or are they just doing it to tick a box? I think everyone in my mentorship is doing it seriously, like they would want a job. I don't think anyone would take such a long and costly mentorship just for the fun of it. Or maybe some people might. Right now, I'm not liking this part. It feels like the bolt really did that, but hmm, yep. Thanks for joining. What's up? Bye bye. The filthy rich and doing it just for the thrill, it makes sense. Yes, I mean, if I had a lot of money and passion, I am going to definitely take a mentorship. Valid. What are you guys talking about? I'd love to say what they're saying about AI right now and where it's headed in the industry. Oh, AI, the big topic. I'm not sure really where it's headed, but I just think maybe our jobs might change. Maybe we'd be called a different name, but I think the industry will always need artists. So I wish I was born 10 years before. I think that was the peak time for CGI. At this point, I'm stuck in a void actually, but yeah, I'm learning each and everything from anatomy to all softwares, trying my best. I think you're doing your best really, but yes, I do know that it is quite hard without any guidance. Question: how long have you been freelancing? And since you already have a good portfolio, why didn't you join any company? Okay, so I have been freelancing for about 6 months, I would say, and I do want to join a company, of course. I do want to work on big games, big names, but uh, there were not a lot of good jobs at that point when I was applying for jobs. Around 6 months back is when I completed my first character, so yep, I could not find a job that I really wanted to do. I did get a few offers from a few studios, but it just didn't feel right. So I just took up freelancing since till I could find a good job. And I do know the job market is not very nice right now. And for me to be saying that I did not join it because it was not a good job might sound a little, uh, what can you say, uh, in bad taste, but it's just really not something that I wanted to do at that point. It will thin down to few models that figure out how to monetize the AI workflow. Yep, probably. Are you using Upwork for it? No, no, I don't use Upwork. Although I did use Upwork in the mm, starting years of my college. I did a lot of freelancing in 2D. I used to make portraits of people. I basically made just enough to cover my expenses. It was good. It was a good experience. But no, I don't use Upwork for 3D freelance work. Do I want to go in for a final layer to add some more slashes? I am not sure. It's just really satisfying to see the lowest subdivision. I don't know, for some reason. It's so clean. And knowing that I don't have to manually retopologize for the low poly, it just makes me happy. What does that mean? Up, down, down, up, I don't know. Oh, I completely forgot this piece. Hmm. Uh, Let me make sure this is metal as well. Yep, it is. And it is the same kind of metal, so I'll have to give the same treatment to it as well. I think 5 subdivisions will be okay. You should do another stream to show your portfolio and 2D art, please. Oh, sure, I can do that. And if enough people really want, I can stream doing 2D art as well. I've been thinking about it. Better control in low subdivisions. Yep, exactly. Is it still worthy to join any course like Zombie School or Jail? Because it will help people like us who don't have any knowledge. Um, I think yes, if you really want to level up, build your portfolio. Obviously, you can do that by yourself, but taking a mentorship, taking a course will speed that up for you because what you're really paying is for their guidance and their experience, which could really help you out. So, yep, if you want to do it in a short period of time, I say go for it. And if you have the resources, why not? You need a good understanding of softwares. Yep, you do. And I forgot to turn on backface and yes, every damn time. I think there should be an option to like turn these settings on forever. You cannot turn them on every damn time. What is studying before? Do you mean before I started 3D? Um, I was a science student in school, so yep, you could say. But I had physics, chemistry, and maths as my main subjects in school. Just giving a nice breakup to the surface. Let's try a few other ones. I'll just turn off the symmetry at this point. Would you guys like to have music in the stream. I'm not sure if people would like that. I have had a few people say that I should do that. I'm not sure though. And I always try and give you could say intense details in the high poly phase because when these maps get baked, I feel like they lose a bit of that intensity. So yep, I like to keep that. In college, oh, I studied this say same thing. I did BSc in sorry, bachelor's in science in animation, VFX, and gaming. It was a 3-year course. Music, you copyright free music, sure. Okay, I'll I'll try a few music, free music. Was it related to this? Yes, I prefer new music. Yeah, me too actually. I like to work in silence. Even while I'm working like off stream, nothing. No music, no chatting, just straight up working. And I forgot the back face mask again. Awesome. And I crossed, I think, 100 followers a few days back. I'm really happy about that. Oh, and if you guys want to see a bit of my 2D work, I have uploaded a few time lapses of the paintings that I did, so you can check them out. And oh, this layer does not work. Wow. It's okay to play music or any song at very low volume. Hmm. Then why did you join mentorship? As I've been saying the whole stream, degrees are useless. It really was. Like DM. Oh, oh, you sent some free copyright music. Thanks. So as I was saying, degrees are not really worth it. I would say if I could go back in time, I would not do the degree if I had known better. But of course, my parents kind of really wanted me to have a degree. They were like, you need a degree. I had no clue why parents are very insistent on having a degree, but yep. But I guess it's fine. They don't uh, pester me anymore about further studies, so yep. Half of the brushes are not working the way they were supposed to. A lot of many YouTubers do use it. Okay. I think, oh god damn, what was that? Don't worry about the crazy details. I'll just remove what I don't want in the next few steps. So, yep. It was drilled into them from their young age of needs. Why they pester about it? Yep, I figured as much. They do want my best. I can see that. I saw your reel and interested in things you are creating. I love your works. How to start as a beginner. Thank you. And as a beginner, I would say you should start by learning the software basics. Familiarize yourself with the basics softwares like ZBrush. If you want to be a character artist, that of course. ZBrush, Maya, or Blender. Start by uh, basically clearing your basics about the software, and then you can move on to YouTube to see a lot of tutorials. YouTube is actually a nice place to learn. I learned a lot from it. So parents is so old school in this. Yup, the idea that if you have a degree you are eligible was how things worked in the past, but it's not the same for our field. Yes, and I did try explaining that to them. Oh, but I guess fine. I am not liking a lot of detail in this. I'll just turn this off and I'll store a morph target to just remove anything that I don't want. One more question, like taking mentorship, it cost more. Do you have any plan to take mentorship in very low cost? I'm not sure if I get what you're meaning. Like, I would be giving the mentorship at very low cost. I don't understand. Start with Blender's fee, super powerful. Yep, Blender is the goat. Oh, okay. I don't think I would be able to do mentorships for a long time right now. I'm a student myself. But if I do in the future, I guess I can make sure that it's affordable. But if you really do want uh, a mentorship that will cover the basics like from zero, I can suggest you one. He's a really good friend of mine, and I think the fees is reasonable as well. So, and he's an industry professional. He's been working for I think 10 years now. That is true. It will always come down to the artist's preference. For me, honestly, I won't lie. I really wanted to learn Blender, and I even followed the whole those donut tutorials that were going around a few years back. But I just never got the hang of it. Maybe because I learned Maya first for poly modeling. But yes, it just never really worked for me, you say. That is too much. I'm just giving a bunch of breakups on the edges. When I first started learning 3D, I used to hate Maya, like with a passion. It just was, I feel like in the beginning it felt like it was too complicated for no reason at all. But now that I've gotten the hang of it, I think it kind of grew on me, you could say. I actually know ZBrush and character and all, but I'm looking for mentorship to make entire pipeline presentation like you did in Zombie Art School because last 2 years I'm looking for job but no luck. Oh, I see. Hmm. Uh, in that case, I would say you really do need guidance. If you are able to use the resources, I would say go for a mentorship. Are you planning to stay in India or are you planning to move abroad in the future? If so, where? I'm actually, I did want to go abroad straight after 12th grade, just as my schooling was over. I wanted to pursue my education in, I think, Canada. Canada and US were my two options at that point, but it was really unfortunate timing because just as I finished my schooling, Corona came and the lockdown happened, mass deportations and all that. So that kind of just never happened. But yes, if I do get a job, like if a company is ready to sponsor, of course I would. Yeah, US and Canada were my two main mm, options. I don't like this thing. It looks way too similar. Let's do a morph target. Did you do portfolio review? Hmm. I I'm not sure I should do that. I'm a student myself. It would be like the blind leading the blind. I don't want to give out any wrong information. Yeah, 2020 was crazy. USA is a mess right now. Oh, oh, due to the war, a situation happening right now. Right. I think I'm done with these pieces. I don't want to add too much right now. Otherwise, it will look too messy. Let's just review it with poly paint due to the current political state. Yep, that's an unfortunate situation to be in right now. Yeah, I think it is looking good with the poly paint. What I can do is I can to see it like a bit better. So we covered these three pieces, this, these, and this. Polarizing partition politics. Mm. Mm. You have any scratch or blockout video of this character, how you approach and how you plan this character? I actually plan on making a series about that. So for this character, I have saved one file every day. So like save as every day. So I can really go back and show you from the beginning how I progressed. I don't have any recordings, but I think even going through the files and seeing the exact start could help out. I will be posting that series on Instagram. Or I don't know if people want to watch long form videos anymore. I think the metal is looking nice. I do want to give more like bigger breakage that will look even more noticeable from afar. But let's see. I don't want to overdo it. Next piece that is really requiring my attention right now is the headpiece, basically the cap, the headphones, and her hair thingy. I don't know what this is. Maybe like to close the braid off. But yes, this really needs my attention. Oh, and fun fact, I made this cap inside of Marvelous. Um, I was thinking maybe to do it in ZBrush itself, but somehow I was able to do it in Marvelous. Long form is still better way to ingest information. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it could be helpful, more helpful to people in the long form videos. Um, let's just do one thing. Let's do a face pass for like 5 minutes. This itself is like 32 million polygons. This is what's taking up the poly count. Dreadlocks. Oh, no, I know what the hair is. I just don't know what these are, like these pieces. And how come my skin shader is gone? How come this is losing its material? I choose mRGB color, fill object, will not change. Yep, this is insane. Well done. Thank you. Let's go to the lowest subdivision. Right now, her head is looking a bit alien. Though you cannot really see it, but it's just such a funny shape. I don't know how that happened. I guess I must have missed it because it's like hidden underneath, but what's happening? Even though I won't be able to see it, I still want the head to have a nice shape. I guess we need to pull back her jaw a bit. I think the main, what you could say, challenge for me right now is to capture her face. She has really sharp features in her concept. I do want to like translate that well into this, but I do not want them to look too stylized at the same time. So female skull is a good reference point. Yep. I am still not sure how that happened though. I don't think I did that. You know what we could do? We could give this a shiny material. Yep. Something like that. So it looks like she has a soul. Her eyes were looking dead. She has really upturned eyes in the concept. Do you use metahuman? This is not a metahuman, but I will be transferring her topology basically to a metahuman so I can use it inside of Unreal. Right now, she looks a little um, chubby, you could say. She really does not have um, the cheekbones. I don't think using the pinch brush is a nice idea, but just lower the intensity. He does have really high cheekbones, so I do want to capture that. But right now they look too sharp. She should be a bit darker too, right? Yep, she should be, but the texture map I'm using right now is just a placeholder, so just like have a better view of what I'm doing. I think I should pull back her hair, her head a bit. She looks like she's kind of okay. I think the cheekbones look pretty high. What I'm also noticing in her concept is that she has a fairly flat nose bridge. So this area is quite flat in her concept. I'm not sure if I can make it as flat and still make her realistic, but let's see what we can do. Can just need the brush. I'm not sure if that would work. I'm seeing where her face catches the light the most, and this area is hmm, what to say, let it happen. Tame Impala reference. There we go. The nose is really just tricky for me. I cannot figure out the nose. Let's just see what changes that we did without the texture map. I think I still need to do a lot more. How does our original face model's bony landmark looks? Oh, that's way deep into the layers. I am maybe I'll just save the file and maybe I'll show you. Somehow it just loses the why does it lose the shader every time I turn off a layer? No idea. Mhm. Okay, so it has been around 2 hours since I've been streaming. I think I should get up right now. So thank you guys for joining and chatting with me while I worked. I had a fun time today and I got a lot of progress done today, especially on the metal part. So I'll try to stream at least twice a week. I'm not promising thrice because I've seen that it's kind of not possible right now. So yes, let's see. Okay, guys, thank you for joining, and I will be ending the stream now. Have a good day and have a good night. See ya.